Welcome back to ZNGP Today. Double world champion Pecco Bagnaia has urged closer cooperation between riders and series promoter Dorna Sports to improve decision-making and steer MotoGP through a period of change. Speaking after the Valencia test, Bagnaia flagged safety, clarity and collective voice as priorities, issues thrown into sharper focus by the serious Moto3 incident in Malaysia that left two youngsters badly hurt. Fabio Quartararo ended the Valencian Community GP on a sour note after a late crash and a points-free Sunday, capping a difficult 2025 for Yamaha. Speaking in the Valencia paddock, Quartararo laid out a season of mechanical frustration, mixed engine experiments and unmet expectations, and admitted he's relieved the campaign is over so he can reset. Kenan Sofuoglu, former rider, manager and now a driving coach with big ambitions for Toprak Razgatlioglu, has set an audacious benchmark for the Turk's rookie MotoGP season, compete with Fabio Quartararo and become the reference Yamaha. Speaking from the Valencia test, Sofuoglu tempered hype with a clear coaching plan: don't rush risk, learn the V4 package and build toward race-ready aggression. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Bagnaia argued the sport needs riders and Dorna to be more united when choices are made that affect safety and the championship's direction. He framed unity not as confrontation but as a practical necessity to help MotoGP continue growing. The sport suffers when decisions pull in different directions. Closer alignment with Dorna would help the championship improve. The message is collaborative. Riders want influence, not a power struggle. Bagnaia's comments followed the serious crash involving Noah Detweiler and Jose Antonio Rueda before the Moto3 race in Malaysia. The incident, and subsequent handling of the event schedule, prompted riders to question how race day decisions are balanced against safety and the show. High-profile incidents intensify scrutiny on processes and timing, giving weight to calls for a clearer, unified rider voice. The idea of an official riders' union has surfaced repeatedly in recent seasons. Bagnaia acknowledged the complexity of forming one and the practical difficulties in formalizing a single riders' body. Honestly, it's difficult. While an outright union may be hard to establish, Bagnaia's remarks suggest riders want better channels to express collective concerns, whether through existing bodies or new, informal collaboration. Bagnaia was particularly upset by conflicting information during the Malaysia incident. Television graphics that suggested both riders were conscious while they were in fact receiving emergency treatment. That mismatch underlined the need for accurate communication and trust between organizers and competitors. Trust and transparency are central. Rider confidence in how incidents are managed affects everything from race protocols to public perception. Bagnaia stopped short of prescribing a fixed solution. Instead, he urged continued dialogue and practical cooperation to ensure decisions serve riders' well-being as well as the sport's spectacle. He noted existing representative structures, RTA for independent teams and MSMA for manufacturers, but stressed riders need a stronger, clearer presence in conversations that shape the championship. The aim is pragmatic: better representation, clearer procedures and a single-line voice when safety and sporting interests collide. Pecco Bagnaia's appeal is straightforward. MotoGP faces change and risk, and that reality calls for more unity between riders and Dorna. Whether through informal alliances, improved consultation or a formalized body, Bagnaia wants riders to be part of the decisions that affect their safety and the sport's future. The Valencia test provided a platform for that message. Now the hard work will be turning rhetoric into a practical, trusted framework. Quartararo described Valencia as a GP to forget. A clutch problem in the opening corners ruined his rhythm. He couldn't disengage the downshift, and the race ended with a crash 4 laps from the finish. The first 4 corners were a nightmare because I had a problem with the clutch. I had no pace, so it was a GP to forget. mechanical gremlins robbed him of track position and confidence. Attempts to push late only compounded the risk. Trying to close the gap to Bastianini on used rubber, Quartararo pushed and lost the bike at the final moment, a small margin with big consequences at a circuit where overtaking is difficult. I was trying to push a little harder. I just lost it at the last moment. The crash was less a rider error than an outcome of compromised race rhythm and mechanical inconsistency. Yamaha's engine debate featured heavily in Quartararo's reflections. He underlined the value of testing both the old inline and the newer specification, noting a half-second gain when he returned to the inline spec at Misano, and urged engineers to use those lessons rather than make hasty changes. When I returned to the inline specification at Misano, I was immediately half a second faster. It's important to understand the differences. Quartararo frames experimentation as pragmatic. Use both data points to guide development rather than abandon useful tools. Asked to rate the year, Quartararo gave it a blunt 5 out of 10. Despite efforts and occasional top 6 finishes, the campaign fell short of goals and left him mentally drained. Relieved to finish the season? Yes, because despite giving my all, I haven't fought for what I wanted. The score and his relief underline the gap between effort and results, a clear signal to Yamaha that more stability is required. With limited time before Malaysia and key decisions on engine strategy pending, Quartararo wants clarity and a bike that at least matches the current N1's pace. For now he's ready to switch off, regroup mentally and let the engineers do the detailed work. The holiday break will be as important as the test bench, reset, recharge and return with a clearer plan. Fabio Quartararo's Valencia verdict is frank and unvarnished. Mechanical problems, unsettled engine strategy and inconsistent pace made 2025 a disappointment. His Misano benchmark shows pockets of promise, but the bigger task for Yamaha is turning those flashes into a reliably competitive package. Until then, Quartararo will take a well-earned breather and hope the off-season produces both answers and a stronger start in 2026. Sofuoglu opened with a coaching-first approach. Toprak must understand tires, the bike and the championship before being pushed to hunt headline lap times. The message is patience rather than immediate fireworks, a steady ramp into MotoGP's speed and complexity. We're not pushing him to take risks or set the fastest time. When the time comes, we'll demand more. Ambition is clear, but the roadmap is methodical, maturity before maximal attack. Toprak completed a steady program at Valencia, logging multiple runs and showing promising consistency for a rookie adapting to a V4 machine. While Sofuoglu admitted his rider's times trailed the session leader, he saw the raw ingredients: braking confidence, controlled runs and room to grow. For a first outing in MotoGP machinery, the focus was on understanding rather than immediate pace. Sofuoglu rejected the idea that Toprak's superbike braking style can't transfer to MotoGP. He argued that Razgatlioglu's front-end feel and unique technique are strengths, and with time the rider will adapt his braking habits to suit the new bike and tires. Many think he won't be able to brake as an SBK, but everyone will see that he can do it just as well. Confidence and technical adaptability underpins the team's cautious optimism. Sofuoglu framed Toprak's arrival inside a wider Yamaha picture: 4 factory-affiliated riders, entrenched internal benchmarks and a strong reference in Quartararo. The manager set a clear internal target: be the best Yamaha, recognizing it's a tough, high-expectation task, but one worth pursuing. There are 4 Yamahas. We want to be the best. If Toprak can compete with Quartararo, that will be our goal. The aim is healthy internal competition, a carrot for development rather than immediate pressure. Sofuoglu emphasized timing. Results will follow learning. He prefers controlled progression, letting Toprak discover the limits before turning the wick up. For a rookie season, this measured approach may sacrifice short-term headlines, but is designed to produce long-term competitiveness. The strategy is conservative but ambitious. Learn thoroughly now, fight later. Kenan Sofuoglu's Valencia pitch is precise. Toprak Razgatlioglu has the talent and temperament to surprise in MotoGP, but the path must be patient. The target, becoming the best Yamaha and matching Fabio Quartararo, is deliberately high. What follows will be a test of adaptation, measured development, and whether Toprak's superbike instincts can translate into MotoGP racing success. Thanks for watching ZNGP Today, and this is your MotoGP news update. And see you next time!